The Speaker of the House, to ponder into what the Prime Minister says to this House will be very much detrimental for the world at large. I'll tell you why in my substantive matter. Primarily, I'll give you philosophy 101 simply. So we tell you that terrorist groups like despotic regimes have their main ideologies stemming from the leader. The person who is the leader of such a terrorist group is the one that determines the ideologies of the terrorist group. To claim that terrorist group have legitimate claims, to claim that terrorist group have legitimate ideology is a farce. And then this house shouldn't buy it at large, because we think that the person at the top is the one that says what the terrorist group should have and what the terrorist group should do. They don't have an enshrined constitution that they all come and then they all follow. Their demands constantly change with time. So as such, you shouldn't buy into the model that Israel wants to preach to the house at large. So you see, the burden on government is to prove why at majority of the instances we should buy into this model, appeasement of these terrorist groups. I'll give you argument to invalidate their claim at large. Number one, I tell you that government should have the monopoly of force at all times. Reasons why government should have the monopoly of force at all times. One, primarily because we believe that the government is objective. The government is subjective only to the fact that we have given the government our liberties. That look, government, we are in a contract with the government that look, they are supposed to protect us, do what is best for us at all times. So we believe that right now, if we have to go with their model, then government doesn't no longer have the monopoly on force. That's going to be very much problematic. We also think that look, government should be the supreme authority of every political unit. Look, no matter how you want to revere the situation or want to look at it, no matter the eye or the perspective you want to look at governance, government should be at the supreme. Government should be the only one that should be the only one dictating things that occur in the society that we live in at large. Listen, the liberalizing nature of the world that we live in at large, if we are to ponder to what Israel is saying, by appeasing these people, we go the furthermore of illegitimizing the acts of civil rights movement who do not go the extra mile of using force. They negotiate diplomatically. You then tell the world that look, the government only reacts to force. So if you don't fight the government, if you don't show the government that you can stand rebel and then throw spears at the government wouldn't act. But then that is not the case, because people have done it using diplomatic means. So we don't believe in Israel's methods at large. The next argument we bring to you that appeasement undermines government stance on terrorism. Listen, the government has one stance on terrorism, that terrorism is bad, terrorism is not good. Look, this is double standard. Look, on one hand, we'll give you money, on one hand, we'll appease you and then we'll cover to your demands, and then in the other, we preach that we are against terrorism at large. This is double standard. The government should be philosophically consistent. If we really want the government to be revered and to be put at the top, if we do not want the government to be brought down and to be shamed in any way, then we believe that this house at large should buy into a model. The government should have one principle. The government should be philosophically consistent. Buying into their model means that we're buying into philosophical inconsistency. Next argumentation brings to you that appeasement of these groups will bring about a spring of terrorist group. Two sub-levels of analysis under this. Listen, owing to the fact that you've cowered to my brother who has set up a terrorist group, it then incentivizes me that, oh, I have a problem with this government. I want to make sure that my religion is the one that is being practiced along the entire of Europe. So Judaism, I want to make sure that Judaism is what we all practice. I go the extra mile of what I start up my own terrorist group. Terrorist groups are not founded on legitimate claims as Israel would want us to put it. So we tell you that, listen, if you are to buy into their models, it's going to be one insidious to the countries at large. And then if you are to buy into their models again in accordance with the game theory, listen, this is very much important. Other countries that cannot do this, that cannot appease this terrorist group, will have to suffer. So the United States of America can appease this terrorist group, but Cuba or Sao Tome and Principe can't appease that terrorist group. That is innate demography. What then do we do for the little guy? Look, if we really, even the big guys in that school, Britain can't appease them, but then Ghana can do something small for them. Then we think that, look, if we in any way we are going to hit any of the groups, whether majority or minority, it's going to be bad. The next argumentation brings you that, listen, one thing Israel wants to run away from is the fact that he doesn't want rabble. But then we tell you that every decision that has been made over the years, democracy was won because of the World War. Like, we practice democracy in most of the country owing to the fact that there was generally a rabble. Look, there has to be a rabble, there has to be tension, so that in the end, after it's settled, there will be a nonchalant, serene environment for us to live in. Look, you can't escape tension. If you escape tension, you'll be running a lie, you'll be living a lie at large. The only way these terrorist groups have to be put on the ground is if we have to fight them with force. Listen, on their side, side of the model, they tell us that we should negotiate, we should try and appease them and whatnot. On us, both models have their inherent nuances. But then which one do we prefer? One that the person can come back to you and then ask for a different claim when he changes his ideology, or one that we fight them with force and then bury them to the ground. And Jim, I take you.
Alright, so very simply, right? Do you think it is illegitimate to fight using violence against oppression?
Listen. I've stated one that the primary actor, the supreme actor of like force, the one who should have the monopoly on force should be the government at large. See, we don't exist in a society where they are constantly marginalizing the minority groups, and the minority groups want to stand up and want to fight against the government. That is not what exists here. We are talking about terrorist groups that exist in the society at large. Should we pander to their schemes? Should we pander to what they are trying to say? Should we pander to go the extra mile to the fact that they are bringing violence against us? We tell you about the nature that these terrorist groups have they are inherently insatiable. You cannot satisfy them. So today we pander to this, today we agree to this, the next day they change their ideology. See, they are not philosophically consistent. Today they are with this, tomorrow they are with the next thing. So we think that in no way should we buy into Jim's claim or into Israel's claim at large. The Speaker of the House, primarily I've told you the nature of terrorist groups, how terrorist groups are insatiable in their quest. We think that, look, in as much as we are supposed to be flexible a little bit, if we were for representation on the broader scale, fine, there could be a leeway, but then this is not the case. These people, as Israel wants to make it look that they have legitimate claims, do not have legitimate claims to anything that exists that we may have it in the society at large. Listen, we are liberalizing constantly. The world is progressively becoming a liberal one. We are globalizing. We are becoming liberal day by day. People are doing things. People are engaging in discourse through civil procedures. People are engaging in discourse through diplomatic procedures. If we are to go the extra mile of pandering to this, we would go another extra mile of legitimizing the acts of every single person who has fought his battle by using diplomatic means. The civil rights movement and whatnot. We go the extra mile of undermining and illegitimizing their cause. Is that what we want to propagate? No. I've never been this proud to oppose.